Yo, hey, it's your guy Beefy McFly. We back one more time for the greatest show that you ain't heard of. It's Booster Take Show. Yeah. And it's Wild Wednesday, and it's about to get wild and woolly because the world is going out there motherfucking mind. We got people shooting up political members, and the guy that passed away, they arrested the wrong person, but still gave him charges talking about he obstructed justice anyway. And then they say they got the other guy. I don't know what is going on. But the world is fucking up. I all over is this shit just keep constantly happening, left and right. Now, what's America's next step after this? Where the hell we about to go? How we about to end up with this thing happening? Because they're gonna start trying to say, "Oh, it was put out by Gavin Newsom." Some people did. He did this to the. I need to know this man's name. Um, uh, Hold 1 second. Because I gotta know the man's name because he's gonna be an important figure in history because he was assassinated basically on live TV. So, as they say, the whole world is watching. So, conservative activist Charlie Kirk, may he rest in peace. And this is what I'm gonna say, may he rest in peace, because I don't care what side, Democrat, Republican, that you on, you a human. That shit don't matter. His life is gone because somebody is on some bullshit and gave him one for no reason. What I think it's no reason because I don't know what it's about. What it's many things that can be if you get to making insinuations, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say let that man rest, and if they got the correct person this time, he in a whole lot of trouble. And then the question is, who paid them to do that? Because for real, on live TV, when this man is giving a rally and a speech against gang violence and gun violence, and then Kapow? Come on. Come on. We getting a little bit ridiculous out here. You know, I don't know what to say. This is the Booster Take Show. We don't usually do tackle these type of subjects about, but this is like what's happening right now. What's happened today. It's a cold situation. Cold situation. And what is going to be the fallout from this? What kind of tactics is going to be taken by other people? Is this going to be used as a reason, as a justification for what could be the next step and the de evolution of mankind, or the de evolution of what is supposedly what's left of democracy? What is going to happen? I don't know because I'm not in the political corners. But if I make insinuations, then I'm gonna look like a jackass, and I'm not gonna be that guy. I am the guy, Beefy Mc motherfucking Fly. Live is man in the nation. At one time, I had him on the net doing live master. Yay. and shaking. Leave it up, and one thing leads to another, and it ends up shaking. And you be like, "Fool, what is you thinking?" And what was he thinking? What was the thought process that that man was going through that made him do what he did? Was he paid by somebody? What was it? Was it personal? Was it vindictive? Was it part of a love triangle? These are the questions that needs to be answered, people. You know. But beyond that, my peoples, this is what's going down, and this is how it's going to be. It's about to be the rest of the year. Is about to be a wild 100 and something days left. I think it's like 115 left of 2025. Is that about to be over with? And we gonna see what the next evolution of mankind be. 2026 is about to be some shit. Because 2025 has been way live, unexpected, expected, and just a whole lot of shit's been dejected. These are my thoughts and my thoughts only. Sending prayers again out for that man that lost his life today. Sending out for them people that have been losing their lives in these streets lately. It's like there was a person I think out in New York, and somebody jumped on a bus or a thing and just started going at it, giving that person the business. Then out in I think it's South Carolina, uh, the young lady had sat down on their transit system, and a man from behind her just started sticking her, stabbed her in the neck and various other places. And not many people are talking about it. Not many outlets are talking about it. I'm mentioning it because I've read about it. It's a cold situation that's going on. Very cold. Cold world, cold game. Uh, um, just we got to do better as a whole people of humanity, because everybody is tripping. We got women acting manly for no reason. Want to tell a man what a man is. You got men out here trying to be women, women trying to be a man. We gonna leave shit alone. It's too much. It's too much confusing. It's too much in the air, and the cold world that we was in, and we deal with some people. Some shit just unnecessary, and I'm a handle business like no one else handles business, and do things like it ain't supposed to be done, and run the page and run the gambit and all things like that. You know, because it's yo, what's happening?
Do you see this shit?
Is that a old school scale, or is
No,
that a wait? Hold on. Let me wait a
I
minute.
think it's a. I don't know if it's a bike stand or what it was, dude. But this shit, I was on the freeway and somebody in front of me, they was driving fast, but I guess kicked it up off the freeway. This motherfucker was stuck in my tire, bruh. From right there at the maze all the way to Berkeley. Yeah, it was stuck in between the tire. Do you see this shit? This shit big as fuck,
Nigga,
dude.
is
Yeah,
that
it's a motorcycle
nigga? Is that a
kickstand.
kickstand?
Yeah, that's
Nigga,
why I'm late.
you just had
You
mayhem happen to you out of nowhere. You just had an Allstate
you
commercial.
you exactly. You're and because I wasn't driving slow, so this is why I'm late. But they got to
Nigga,
do better, man. That's all I gotta say.
how that
They
nigga
gotta Caltrans. They gotta do it better. They gotta do a better
blood, that
job of
shit could have
cleaning the
blood, you
freeway.
could have had a final destination, blood.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you because I'm talking while I'm driving. You get what I'm saying? And I happen to face forward and I see something kick up. And it's right at the main, so I couldn't really like swerve over, you know what I'm saying? Because there's cars right there, right where the split is to go to the city or, go towards SAC, right? So I'm already over there trying to maneuver and I didn't even see what it was. I just seen something. You know what I mean? And so then I see it, and the next thing you know, I guess I run over it, or I thought I ran over it. Then I start hearing a knocking sound, hella knocking in the tires. So I'm like, damn, is something stuck in the tire? But the tire is still, it didn't feel like a flat tire or nothing, but I could tell something was stuck. This motherfucker was stuck in the rim, bro. Or stuck between the like I'm serious, I was still
Is
able to brake and different shit.
the tire fucked up?
Nah, everything good now. I don't know,
So
man, but
wow.
it's this shit crazy, right? So I'm not in the mood. You feel me? What's
Wow.
up? Some motorcycle kickstand. It got stuck under my tire on the freeway on the way over here. Yeah, it just came out after me moving the car back and forth. Exactly. It was stuck in the tire on the inside. Nuh-uh. It was on
This
the
man
inside, like in the rim. Yeah.
has had a boost and a take at the same time. That
No, ain't
is the
nothing. What
definition
the
of a
boost?
boost and a take. At the take that shit happened, and the boost that nothing drastic happened to you or
Right.
anybody else. Because with that, man, come on.
A
That's
full ass kick. That's what I'm looking at it like. What is this? It took me a second to realize what it was.
how a fucking kickstand get kicked into your motherfucking.
'Cause it was a truck that was in front of me.
Yeah.
It was a truck. Yeah, it was a truck that was in front of me. So I don't know, man. This shit wild. I'm definitely. I mean, I still got some driving to do, but I'm here. I definitely though. I need to smoke. I need to drink. All of that right now, man. I'm telling you, this crazy. But what's up though, man? What's poppin'?
Oh man. Um.
What I mean, is that like you said? Is that how we gonna kick it off this show? Because this has been a hell of a day. It's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, cause
I don't know. You look like
I was just talking about how I had to give a rest in peace out to that guy that lost his life out there in Utah that got gunned down, the congressman. I mean,
yeah,
the
Charlie.
activist or whatever.
Yeah,
And like I said, it ain't about Republican and Democrat to me. You're a human. You know what I'm saying? And damn, to get assassinated on live TV, and like I said, they thought they had the person, but they didn't. Now they supposedly got the real person this time. That's what they tell you. And then they instantly trying to say it was politically motivated. I'm like,
Yeah,
how did
because
y'all
he was with Trump, right?
the dude's supposed to be with Trump? I don't know. I don't care. I guess I don't take it that serious, but like I keep telling everybody, that's still gang shit. That's red versus blue, Republic versus Democrat. They will purposely not work together to not work together, not for the betterment of the people.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, man. Um, it's Wild
And
Wednesday,
it happened in
Utah,
Utah, right?
Utah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Wild
No,
Wednesday, buddy.
yeah, no, I seen the video. I seen it from a couple different angles because it was, and I that's one thing I want to say. Now people, I agree, but at the same time I disagree because people say certain stuff. Like some people are sitting there with certain stuff shouldn't be on the internet or whatever. But this is a real situation. It happened in real time. It happened in a public place. So there's gonna be all kind of footage out there because there's thousands of people out there. You know what I mean? There's people out there just filming for the event. You know what I'm saying? And then sit there and to see that happen because like I said, I saw it from a couple different angles, and yeah, like that was a sniper move because that boy got knocked off, like literally.
Man,
You know what I mean? But I'm saying the same.
couple of inches to the left. That was the dome.
Yeah, but
His
he didn't make it, right?
No,
Because
he
they
passed. Yeah.
now,
So this is
yeah,
from CNN. This is from CNN. I have to give them credit so it can be what we know. Charlie Kirk, a conservative political activist and co-founder of Turning Point USA, has died after being shot at the event. Oh shit! Hold on, I got these stupid ass. Okay, there we go. Has died after the event at Utah Valley University. Authorities in Utah said there's an active investigation. A person who has been taken into custody for interrogation was released this evening, sources told CNN. There has been an outpouring of condemnation from both sides of the aisle to Kirk's death. President Donald Trump tonight described his death as a dark day for America and previewed a border plan to crack down on the political violence. As Trump remade the Republican Party, Kirk's embodied the GOP's newfound populist conservatism. In the social media age, Trump has created Kirk with galvanizing and mobilizing the youth vote for him. So 8 minutes ago, the authorities may have a hard time actually finding Kirk's killer, according to the chief CNN analyst. A manhunt is still underway for the person who fired the shot to kill Charlie Kirk, according to CNN law enforcement and intelligence analyst John Miller. The shooter's planning, skill, and execution may be com- complicating the search. He told CNN's Kathleen Collins that snipers have been studied closely by the government and that they typically are who are methodical and patient, self-reliant. This is a kind of person who would have planned to get in silently, try to be invisible, take this shot, accomplish the mission, take the gun with them, and leave little evidence behind, which is why I think they're having a difficult time getting started on this. Officials said earlier today that they have believed the shooter fired one shot at one person and that it was targeted incident. The single fire shot that shows the person is not new to shooting, Miller said, which ultimately could help officials get the bottom of this investigation. This is someone who exactly knew what they were doing and is probably known to others, and this may be working advantage of law enforcement. You hear that? They saying basically that they know dude is not an amateur. This guy has a
Nah,
long history of shooting. A long history.
yeah. Now you could tell. Like I said, there was no games being played at all. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm trying to understand why it happened though. Like
And
what
that's
him
why.
specifically.
Exactly. What was what and unfortunately, unless he get caught and get caught alive,
Yeah, they're not gonna know why.
there's never gonna be an answer for this because there's a whole lot of questions that can be asked. And as I was saying before you got on, I don't want to ask those questions because I don't want to make myself look like the jackass for asking certain kind of questions. Because in my twisted mind, I, if he wasn't hired, then it's personal.
I mean, that depends on how you want to look at it. Because a lot of stuff, I mean, it's political. I mean, yes, it's personal, but it ain't personal because it's political. It affects everybody.
And then that's the other thing. What's going to be the aftermath of this? What's going to
Yeah,
happen?
that's why I was saying, like, was
How is
he
us as citizens about to deal with the aftermath of this?
right? But that's what I was saying. Was he put like? Was it a certain? It was it like certain stances, or it was was he? I mean, obviously, okay, he's a Trump supporter, but like, was he instrumental in something particular? You know what I mean? Or
As they
was he
say,
just out having a? He was just out as a public speaker, as a guest speaker at the school.
he was backed by Trump as a public activist and was in charge of getting the youngsters to vote for Trump. So you know, you know, it's gonna have to do a little search on his personals, but he just it's some different ass shit because they're it's different. This is different. He's not a congressman. He's not a senator. He's just um
But it sounded like he must have been somebody that was
he's
doing something or was bringing enough.
he's
No, I get
he
what you're saying, the activist, but he
yeah.
must have been touching on a subject in particular that
Well, they
was
say
bringing.
Kirk was invited to speak by students at the University Turning Point USA chapter the youth organization, which was he co-founded in 2012, and it has 800 college chapters across the country. So he's responsible for turning a lot of people into young Republicans for the next generation of conservatives. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I just heard that he is one of the people trying to, I guess, voice for Second Amendment rights and, you know, pro guns, but also, I don't know what word to say, but I guess in regards to
uh,
people of
uh,
color,
from from what from what it looked like, he was
saying
just
that
like
we're,
he was what?
I mean, I guess basically like trying to, say that, we're, like a large percentage, I guess, of the gun violence, we're the causes of it and different things like that, the people of color. This is just what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because it says in
Like I said, I have
2017
to, I have to finish looking up.
in United, he
Uh huh.
was like the president connected Kirk's death to his okay in Butler, Pennsylvania, the high pro. Trump got it, but including the shooting of United Healthcare executive in 20, the shooting of Majority Leader Steve Scalise as he rallied against ra- radical and political violence. He suggested that oh no, this is that Trump ain't nothing. Dyer said it's not saying that this dude was like a bad dude. Like he was really trying to just help people.
Yeah, no, but I guess there was a, yeah, but this ain't the dude that did it. But no, I guess there's other stuff popping up online. I guess footage from like other events where he spoke and different things, and they're saying that he was basically slandering black people for being violent. You get what I'm saying?
Did
I'm
a
just,
black man?
like I said, I
We
gotta
don't know who shot him. So, but it looked like it's a
right,
bunch of. Don't look like
right,
too many of the Negro.
because he was. I guess he said in another video because it went viral because he had said gun violence was a necessary price to pay for protecting Second Amendment rights. This is back in 2023. I don't know. You have to try to pull that video up.
Yeah.
But like you said too, I mean, I don't know. That's why I said I'm trying
So
to because
it's
I'm looking at his face like I don't necessarily remember if I saw him like speaking. You know what I mean?
well, supposedly
Or during the other
he was speaking against Gavin Newsom a couple of days ago on the Channel 2 News.
oh
And he was talking shit about Gavin supposedly. But like I tell everybody, Gavin Newsom might be the next damn president.
right.
Cause I can see how his political rise he been doing. I mean, seeing you can see we is able to watch his grind because he been in Cali doing it, and he started off in Frisco. So and you just seen him grinding.
Yeah.
But this shit is all I don't know, man. I'm just I it's a fucked up situation. What's gonna be what's gonna happen from it? You feel me? What's the aftermath?
Come on, bro. What you doing?
And what nationality of people gonna take the problem?
Right.
Because what nationality gonna be the ones that they say is shooting them? Who shot them? You know what I'm saying? And then is this person also since they already saying he was he wasn't an amateur, he's a pro. Is this a military dude? Is this some dude from now? Now that's a whole nother thing. If this some black ops nigga that just went rogue, how y'all gonna find? How y'all gonna find the real life? What's this? What movie is that? Bourne, Matthew Bourne, Jason Bourne. Yeah, there you go. How you gonna find the real Jason Bourne and stop him?
Right.
Because one side note, have they caught dude yet?
Oh.
The last nigga from New
Nah.
Orleans. That
Nah,
is
they ain't caught him.
okay.
And you know he out in the trenches. They ain't catching him.
Okay.
That
Okay.
boy hit the Underground Railroad, man. Yeah, how many months has it been now?
Yeah. Long enough to where they done swept it under the rug because so much other shit can
Nah,
happen.
no, they ain't necessarily. Well, somebody else got. They didn't escape, but they got let out. Somebody else got let out of that jail by mistake, and since then, and they haven't returned. They haven't found the other person either. So yeah, it's a lot going on with that. They need to do better. But yeah, no, like you said, it is a lot of stuff going on because I mean, like you said, today between seeing that what happened with the dude Charlie, and I mean, of course, it's stuff happening out here too. There's been a bunch of shootings and stuff in the city and in Oakland, and
Yeah, it was
it's just wild.
4 people shot in a point, and then
Yeah,
somebody
India
else.
Basin, right?
Yeah, somewhere over there, and then somebody else started shooting at. Looks they from what the report said, like they tried to shoot at the hospital, or was shooting outside the hospital or some shit.
That's crazy. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I've been seeing stuff too. I guess stuff been happening down there in the L's
you heard
where it
about
was
the dude?
shootings.
Yeah, some cat took 5 to the face.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then I seen something happen with a girl on the bus. You feel me? Or subway, I mean, or something. It looked like she got poked up.
Yeah, I think that
And
was in New York or something.
yeah. But that happened out here too a couple weeks ago in Richmond.
Yeah, bus driver supposedly that was a domestic thing.
Yeah. But it was wild. Like I
Yeah.
said, I don't know what's going on with folks nowadays.
And out in South Carolina, some young black dude stabbed some white woman to death on the train or they muni system, something like their muni system out there.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
just
that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I seen it. She was sitting there minding her business. And that boy came from behind,
and
and
just
like I said, he got the poking it.
man, it's hey man,
But why though? Just like
exactly.
yesterday, we was talking about the football players. Like, what is making somebody want to do certain stuff?
Just just crash out just to crash out. You just gave up everything you been everything just for the fuck of it, for a shit and a giggle. Because when you wake up in that jail and have to do hella years because you took somebody's life for nothing, that lady just sat down. Just sat down. Just
Yeah,
sat
it
down.
don't make no sense to. Yeah, it's not making no sense to me at all.
Uh, people
I'm,
do some wild shit, man, and that's why I'm on this anti-crash out movement. because the crash out, when you pay for it, you really pay for it. And your paying for the crash out can be more detrimental to you than that person you crashed out on. And that right there, my friends, is just it's the small little game for you to understand. You can't always take everything and work off emotions. You can't be working off emotions on everything. Because if you're constantly working off emotions, you're not gonna handle. You're gonna be making rash decisions that's gonna have you in a place that you don't need to be. Because that's what emotional people end up in places they don't need to be because they do rash decision making and poor decision making.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm just you know the random attacks on people that makes no sense. You know, I mean, none of it makes any sense because, like you said, if ain't nobody did nothing to you, you know what I mean. That's like we were saying. You feel me? As far as with the activist dude or the congressman, whichever one, But it. At least if it's a reason, I'm not saying it's justifiable, but you know, that makes a little bit more sense than just somebody doing something randomly, you know, and it's not safe out here. It's not.
But
But
motherfucker,
I'm wondering, uh,
people out here doing this shit on the random too. So that's what's making it even worse for the random acts that are happening from people that's making it look like it's non-random shit.
right? Well, because that's what I was gonna say too. I mean, the more all of that goes on, the situation, what's gonna happen next? That's why they deploying the National Guard everywhere. You know.
It's gonna be like I said, 2026 is gonna be some shit. We thought 25 has been something. By 2026 come, a lot of shit is gonna be changed.
You think so?
And it's gonna be some shit, man. We got a little over 100 days left in the year. A lot more can happen. And at the speed we at with how shit been going down, we got it's a whole lot of shit we never expected to happen. Not the National Guard walking the streets and helping motherfucking ICE people getting regular people getting snatched up and all the shit. You know, motherfuckers wasn't expecting these type of things, but that wasn't on the card to be happening this year. That people
Yeah,
wasn't expecting that because that we voted Donald Trump in, whoever that voted for him, didn't expect him to just go ape shit banana and send all these things going on and cancel this and you ain't here. I don't care if you a citizen or not. Well, if you get caught up, oh well, figure your way back. And how far is it going to extend? We gonna see what's gonna be the end of shit. And like I said, I'm not a political person. I don't care if you Republican or Democrats. I personally feel neither one is helping out the people. They getting their good checks, get their benefits, get their things, and they stay in them offices for way past than what they need to because you coming in there with old school tactics and stuck in your ways, and you not accepting or trying to do because it ain't about helping. It ain't about helping us. If it was about helping us, we'd be in a better situation as a and with the country and to be in a better situation.
Some of what you said, I couldn't hear it.
Oh, I
Hello?
just said it seems like we're fucked, man. But what else you got going
Oh,
on
I hear you
besides?
now.
I said, what else going on with you besides having a kickstand thrown in your damn tire and your tire wailing?
Oh, nothing, man. I was just gonna say, in regards to what you was talking about, I'm ready to see what's gonna happen too. Cause at the same time, even people in that hold those positions and jobs, they not necessarily secure either. I seen a video, and it was, I guess, while ICE was trying to detain somebody, that somebody they truck got towed. So I don't know if a tow truck pulled, towed it off or what. But it made me think,
Wait,
yeah, yeah, somebody towed the truck off. And it made me think because I mean, like how they was going back and forth about, whether or not um it was against the law for the ICE officers to wear masks to cover up their face and all this and that. And it's like shit. They they torn the line too, like, the way this economy's set up and everything else, they 1 foot in and 1 foot out too. Or like you
man,
said, if they get stopped and if they don't have a badge on them or don't have certain credentials, like you said, they liable to go through the same stuff. I'm wondering when that's going. I mean, we know it's already happened to citizens and or like wives of soldiers and stuff. But like you said, when it really start happening to other officers and stuff, I'm wondering how they're gonna react then. Like you said, just from the immigration or you
well,
know
did
all
did
of
you
that.
hear? Did you hear about what happened out in Georgia,
Uh,
where
maybe
where
you
some
gotta remind me.
where some lady called ICE on the Hyundai factory?
Oh no, on the factory
Uh huh.
to
On
do
a
what?
Hyundai.
Not to say that.
It's supposed to
Not
be a
not to say
Hyundai
that they had
factory
a.
that's being built, right? It's supposed to be a Hyundai factory that's being built, and
Wow.
supposedly, hold on, supposedly that the instructions on how to build this building from Hyundai is only in Korean. Before you go, hold on. Before you go, because I had the same thought too. So supposedly they brought 400 people from Korea or Koreans so they can do this job at this factory that was supposed to give 9,000 people in the Georgia community, in that community, wherever it's being made at, for jobs. And then I
Right.
said this: if the instructions was in Korean, you couldn't get. This is 2025. We have technology at an all-time high. You couldn't get that shit translated and then emailed back to the motherfuckers to do the job.
I'm pretty sure they could have, but in order, like you said, for it to be that many, uh, I'm trying to understand first of all what they call ICE for, because I mean, even if they was 400 Korean people, I mean, there's either people that was already here or people that got, you know, that got flown over for the purpose of building it. Um, I can understand that only because I know, like, see, people got to understand too. It's all business, like you said. So when you start looking at commercial equipment and stuff, some of the stuff, depending on where it's made, and even if it's imported, there's certain things where they actually have to have a person come install it or come assemble it. I don't know about 400 people,
And
but
that's where I said that sounds kind of a little bit excessive.
yeah. But
And
like I
then
said, what would you be calling ICE for? Because that many people, please believe they came over here legally. So why would you call ICE? That's what I was trying to
and
say.
supposedly some of them people are live in America but don't know how to speak
Yeah.
American.
Yeah, they
Um,
don't speak English.
and then my question is, I think that's a waste of finances for a company to not get the damn thing translated so you can have people that's in the country that this shit is being built in know what they need to do. Because paying for 400 flights or whatever, or however many y'all brought from over there to come here, that doesn't sound profitable.
Well, you got to understand, it is for them, maybe not for us. You understand what I'm saying? That was part of the whole trade war thing. I mean, I get it because that's actually a company is based from over there, right? So if that company is based out of Asia, you know what I mean? Um, just like okay, when the whole trade war thing first started, if I remember right, the car dealerships, I mean about the tariffs and everything else, the car dealerships, been kind of hit hard, especially like you said, the ones that are from those other countries, because it all has to be imported. But on the flip side of that, like you said, when you're looking at that too, you start talking about okay, what about parts or certain stuff having to get repaired, or like I said, even parts. That was a big thing about the tariffs too, is if all of that stuff is coming from, you know what I mean? If all of that stuff is coming from somewhere else,
Mm.
then they gotta figure it out one way or another how to get they change. Because I know that they at first they wasn't making. I believe they was losing as in regards to car sales because
Yeah, that shit happens.
yeah, because I mean it's
They,
like
especially with the new cars, be needing these chips, and because everything's computerized, and especially them electric cars, they need those microfiber chips and shit and all that other stuff. So, you know, it's a cold one. It's a lot of, like I'm saying, it's a lot going on, and it's a lot happening. And this could be the beginning of something, or it could be the ending of something. But that that lady, because they say it
let me fix
was
that up, make sure
it
the
was a
food
lady
is
who
still on.
called on them, and now that they, since the ICE raided it or whatever and arrested a lot of those people, that shop can't never open now. So she's supposed.
Hello,
So
what just happened?
she supposedly cost 9,000 people a job.
Yeah.
So is she gonna
Um.
is she the most hated woman in? She is the is she a take? or is she Boost? Is that the take lady of the week, or is that the Boost lady of the? Because the take of the week is the guy who shot her. He's terrible. Who shot the activist or whatever. For right now, I'm being on the fence because I don't know the person. I don't know. I don't know nothing about him. I don't know if he's a Negro hater or not. So we gonna leave shit alone. But that lady in Georgia who called the ICE on the 400 Korean workers who was trying to translate some instructions. But to me, like I said, I don't understand this. How the hell the company in the year 2025 couldn't get some type of computer to translate that shit and then email the instructions and the blueprints? Because if you building it, you got a blueprint, right?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so I don't understand how you couldn't holler put slide A into slide B, connect this and that. How did you need 400 people to? This must be one hell of a fucking building, my friend. So I say, man,
Right. Well,
it's
I can understand if they was doing it like that because they won't. They try to have, they try to ensure that they people get jobs in the area, like you said, But again, that don't, like you said, it sound weird. The whole thing sound weird when you look at it that way.
it's like I said. How in the hell? I know if I got some instructions now, the world that I'm in right now, I can go to a computer or something, or because they got apps, like I'm saying, they got apps where I could have my phone. I could be in a foreign country, and I could let that person say what they say in their foreign language, and it will translate to the closest to English that I can understand.
Right.
So how the fuck you can't do that with some instructions on how to build a building?
Well, you know, that's where a lot of the truth is coming out. I was having a conversation about that yesterday because the U.S. is not as advanced to stuff as they once was. It sounds good, but obviously with some of the stuff that's going on nowadays, you could tell. I mean, academically, as far as education goes,
Oh yeah.
we behind
Oh
technology.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you have some people that you know they don't think so, or I don't necessarily want to say they in denial, but yeah, denial and delusion. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're number one. Like how they say about Cowboys and Raiders fans. Every this our year since we,
Hey,
how you,
hey. Every
you
year
know,
is their year. I
yeah.
feel
That's
it,
but that's what
man.
I'm trying to say.
Every year, but shit, you know. Um, I don't know. Give them your final thoughts on this Wild Wednesday, man, and because we gonna end this, and I got a couple of things to take care of before I have to turn back into working, man, for the week.
I could dig it. My thoughts is they need to get it together. That's everybody. Because even like what we talking about right now, going back to what happened to me earlier, it's like okay, on one side, the people that's are here, the people that are here, they need to do their job. You know, like Biden did was saying before, when he was running for office about the infrastructure and different things, like we are behind. You know what I'm saying? And we feeling the effects of it. Like, how is y'all overcharging on these streets? You're charging people what you're charging just for people to travel, but
To
then the stuff is,
get to point A to point B, it costs an arm and a leg added on to your gas and everything else.
No, but added on to you might lose your life because the it's more
Potholes.
people on the road than there. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Separate from that, there's more people on the road than there is road. You got freeways and different structures that haven't been touched in damn near 100 years. That's why some of the bridges and stuff has been having has been collapsing or stuff breaking off because yeah, you talking about there's been no work done in over a century. You get what I'm saying? And then, like you said, in addition to that, yes, the potholes and all that. That's why I'm talking about the repair. Like, some of this stuff ain't been touched in 50 to 100 years, but y'all taking all this money from us, and then the stuff still ain't getting fixed. And so like all of that, like we was talking about along with education and even jobs and different things, we're behind based off of choices that people make. There's always a check and balance. And so that's my word for it is, like I said, get it together because, you know, it gotta balance out. But
Yeah.
balancing out means that it could, but that also means that it could get worse before it get better. So like you said, as far as the economy is one thing, but like you said, the overall structure, from the government structure to how all this stuff, a lot of these laws and different things, it needs a revamp.
Everything. I'm gonna put it like this: when you building something, you need to have a solid foundation. Because if your
Right.
foundation ain't solid, if the foundation ain't built on something sturdy, made to last for a while, once the little things start happening, everything else could go kaput. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
and then that's what causes unnecessary crashalities. You know what I'm saying? So we are against the crash out at the Booster Take Show. We understand crash outs because believe everyone on the Booster Take Show has crashed out at least one time
Yeah.
in their life. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
doing this right now so I don't crash out.
See, and as you get older, you take proper steps to prevent crashing out. Because when you properly prepare, proper prevention prevents a piss poor performance. And we is not about having piss poor performances here. This is all about being strategic and being smart. Because when you think about it and you make your moves, it will get you further in life. So, and with that being said, and said being that, I need everybody to do three things out here in this world: be peaceful, show some love, and even if you ain't got no hair, put some grease on that scalp. You know what I'm saying? Or for all them bearded
I,
motherfuckers, there's some of that beard oil. But it's all about peace, love, and hair grease. That's the tycoon. I'm McFly.
well, I thought you was gonna say the three things you need them to do is like, share, and subscribe. Because we definitely need them to do that.
Yes, we also
We need
need to
y'all to
do
hit that
that.
like. We need y'all to hit that like button. We need y'all to hit that notification button so y'all know when the next show is. You know what I'm saying? When it's gonna be live. And leave some comments if y'all got some comments or some thoughts y'all want to leave. You know what I mean? And maybe we can touch on it. I guess on the next episode.
Even if it's some
You
hateful
feel me?
thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to say, damn,
Well,
dude, you ugly. Go ahead. Or if you want to say, hey, you some handsome young dude. Go ahead. Speak your mind. Talk. We talk back. So we need you to have peace, love, and hair grease, and then also like and subscribe. It's not that hard. Just a little button push. Just stick your finger out. Boop boop. And
right.
that's it.
You won't be disappointed.
And
Trust me.
then and then the final thing we need you to do is every first weekend of the month, maybe a Friday, most likely be Saturdays. show up at the Barbary Coast and you could come and shake her hand and meet the Tycoon and the McFly and come and enjoy games, music, and many other things.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. You know what I'm saying? I was actually some people was talking to me earlier, some other people about getting on the show. So, you know, yeah, like you said, y'all stay tuned. We might even do some some little quick interviews or you know what I mean? Uh I kind of got an idea, where
Uh,
basically like a speed interview, you know what I'm saying? Where basically we just, pop out like four, five
post
questions.
game interviews, post game
Yeah,
interviews
yeah, those two.
after you get off the
Those
field. You know what I'm saying?
those
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, those two, but as well as, like you said, maybe some artists, different stuff. So y'all gotta stay tuned to the channel. That's what I'm saying. Hit that notification button. You feel me? You won't be
because
disappointed.
and then another thing about the Booster Take Show, when you like and subscribe and you start to check the TikTok page, the Facebook page, and Instagram page, you will see this show has emanated all over the nation. Even has some international shows. We even did shows in the ladies did shows out in, I think they was in Coco Cay. You know what I'm saying? I did a show out in Cancun. So we do this. We've been in Atlanta. We've did many shows in Vegas. We emanate all over this thing. Reno, California, Sacramento, many
You said
different
Reno,
places.
California. You mean Reno, Nevada? He said
Reno,
Reno,
Nevada.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, Reno, Nevada, Sacramento, California. You know what I'm saying? Or Sacramento, Nevada, Reno, California, however you want to call it. You know what I mean?
right.
So,
As
but
y'all can see, we really outside. So like he said, you never know. I might pop up on somebody right now. I'm out here in Richmond, California right now, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? Tap in. That's what I'm saying. Y'all never know where we'll be at.
uh,
Never. We
hey,
everywhere and most likely you never there
and
when
like I
we pull
said,
up.
all you doing is spreading love, spreading peace, but we ain't supplying your hair grease. This one.
Right. Till
Like
next
and
time.
subscribe.